All right, welcome everyone. We are now got the post up and live. Brewers and the Mets are going to face off here tonight here in Citi Field. We are in Flushing's. I think it's Flushing's, something like that. It's over by LaGuardia. That's all I know. Take a look at some team rankings there. Brewers have given up the least amount of hits in the majors this season. They're looking for their fifth straight win, trying to avenge some losses. Mets hung 3 in a row on them. In Milwaukee, they're back to finish this season. Welcome to Citi Field, in the shadow of LaGuardia, in the backyard of where the U.S. Open and Arthur Ashe tennis courts are. Brewers wearing the bold blue and gold, feeling good. They've won 4 straight, just got the season sweep against the Phillies out of their way. Now they start a 9-game road trip here in New York. And Rick Porcello is going to get the start for the Mets. He last pitched against these Brewers on Sunday. He went 7 2/3, 4 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 4 walks. I have 2 walks and 4 walks, so he had 2 strikeouts and 4 walks. And I'm going to guess he did the 4 strikeouts. He's going to face off against Lorenzo Cain.
The center fielder, Lorenzo.
Here, gorgeous night here in New York. Here's the first pitch from Porcello, and that misses up. Glad you're with us here as the Brewers face off against the Mets. Mets 10-9. They've dropped to 3rd in the NL East. They were swept by the Braves
First pitch,
after a
7-11.
3-game, taking 3 of 4 from Milwaukee last weekend. And that's a strike at the top of the zone. It's 1-1. So the Mets trying to bounce back here after a tough early divisional matchup. Mets able to put some space between them and the Braves as Cain hits one into the gap. That's going to get down for a base hit. Mercedes can't play it clean. Cain's going to make it all the way. And the Brewers are in business here in the first. We're going to take a look and see how they're going to score that one. Definitely a hit. It's going to be a single and an error on Marisnik.
Eric Sogard.
And that brings up Eric Sogard. Takes that one down, 1-0. So Sogard in that 2 spot. Christian Yelich, if you weren't with us yesterday, or haven't, I guess I don't really post like news and notes about what happens in the games on Twitter or anything like that, but Christian Yelich is on the injured list. Hip inflammation, got that in the game 3 against the Phillies, stealing second base. So he's going to be out for a week or so. Sogard is up 2-0 here, and he takes a strike. So a little bit of a shuffle up in the lineup. Sogard's going to move up to the second hole. Ben Gamel's going to get the start tonight. We'll show you the lineup here in just a little bit. But just letting you know what's going on. 2-1 pitch. Sogard fouls it off. 2-2. Pitch is hit to center. Marisnik racing back. He's at the track. He's got room to make the catch. Cain's tagging at second, and he's going to be in there. So Sogard hits it deep enough to advance Cain. Take a look at the lineup for the Brewers tonight. Lorenzo Cain led it off with that single. Sogard just flew out. Keston Hiura, Avisail Garcia, Omar Narvaez. And then it's Justin Smoke, Ben Gamel getting the start in right, Orlando Garcia at short. And then Brett Anderson will take the hill for the Brewers tonight. He's in the 9th spot. Keston Hiura's up, takes the ball. Led the Brewers to 2 walk-off wins. Tuesday night had the sacrifice fly, and Wednesday night hit the 2-run homer in the 10th inning to win it. Brewers played 3 extra inning games. So hoping that their starting pitcher can go a little deeper here. They will have an off day on Monday, but still a lot of innings being thrown by these pitchers, especially in the bullpen. As Hiura falls that one into the seats. It's 2-1. Cain over at third. Got the game going with a single and then an error. Swing and a miss. Fastball down in the zone. Take a look at the umpires. Joe McDonald's the one we're going to be focused on the most. He's behind home plate. And for some reason, he moves over to first in tomorrow's game. Here's the 2-2 to Hira. Swing and a miss. It's in the dirt. Have to secure the out at first. And there's 2 away. So first strikeout for Porcello. Take a look at that one. Down in the zone. Hira not able to put any wood on it. Secure the out at first. And there's 2 away. Avisail Garcia steps in. Runner 90 feet away, looking for a base hit to score him here. Get the early advantage. Here's the pitch. Driven to right. That is going to be down. And for a base hit, Garcia is already at second. He's going to make the turn. He's on his way to third. And he is going to be in there with a triple. And the Brewers have the lead. I got kind of mixed up on who's in left and who's in right. Yoenis Cespedes is not playing. He's on the DL, or the IL. Sorry about that. Garcia hit that about as far as you can without hitting it out. And off the fence. That is Brandon Nimmo out and right. And Avisail Garcia, an RBI triple. And the Brewers have a 1-0 lead. Omar Narvaez in there, takes a strike. You don't like to say that a guy batting .368's been struggling, but you know he hasn't only had 1 hit in the series against. He had a couple hits. Had a 2-run single in one game. He had the game-winning sacrifice fly in the 8th in yesterday's game. Fouls that one away. We're at 1-2. Garcia over at third. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That misses down 2-2. A little bit of a flinch on that one, but he holds back. And the count runs full. The 3-2 pitch to Narvaez. That one's fouled into the netting. We'll do it again. Pitch to Narvaez. Popped him up. Rosario is calling for it. And he's got it to retire the side. So a couple of miscues by the Mets outfield lead to a run. Avisail Garcia here. RBI triple. Gives the Brewers a 1-0 lead. The Mets coming up. So Brett Anderson gets the start today. Just like Porcello, pitched on Sunday against these Mets. His 4th start of the season. Only went 4 innings, gave up 3 runs. Gave up 2 walks, struck out 2. Did not factor in the decision, though. Well, the big thing that the Brewers are going to try to do here is playing with the lead. They've gotten some early leads and have not been able to hold them, as Rosario keeps his hitting streak alive with a leadoff single. Rosario, as you saw in the graphic there, he's now got an 8-game hitting streak. And he was struggling coming into that Brewer series last weekend, and he has turned it around. Yesterday's game, he had 3 doubles, and he gets the Mets with on the good start here with the leadoff single. And Brandon Nimmo is up. He's going to pitch out here, keep Rosario in check over at first. Rosario does have 4 stolen bases, so he is a threat to run over there. The 1-0 pitch. That one's on the corner, 1-1. Nimmo last appeared in Wednesday's game, went 3 for 3 with a double. And there's a fly ball to shallow center. Kane's racing in, but he's got it for out number 1. Here's how the Mets line up today for Luis Rojas. Rosario, Nimmo have already batted. Jeff McNeil bats in the 3-hole. Pete Alonso, the reigning home run champ, bats 4th. Wilson Ramos, J.D. Davis. Melco Conforto is in left for Cespedes. And then it is Jake Marisnik in center and Rick Porcello rounding it off. There's a strike. Mets and Brewers both on 4-game streaks, but in different directions. Brewers sweeping the Phillies this week. Mets getting swept by the Braves. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Another pitch out. Nothing going. It's 1-1. One pitch, and that one's ripped down the line, and McNeil just gave his team the lead. Line drive right to right, and he continues to hit some Brewers pitching here. I was just kind of looking, I was making sure. I've been getting McNeil and Davis mixed up here. And McNeil just crushed that one. The Mets take a 2-1 lead. Yeah, McNeil. It was J.D. Davis who had all the home runs in that one game. McNeil giving his team the lead here in the first. Got a pitch and did not miss it. Well, the early lead by the Brewers is quickly gone. There's nobody out here for Jeff McNeil, who has been hitting all the home runs. There's one out. I'm all out of sorts here, folks. Trying to have all these stats at the ready. Let's just move on. Pete Alonso's up with 1 out, 2 in for the Mets already. Alonso had a rough series against the Mets. He was 0 for 5 in yesterday's day, only had 1 hit. And that was on Monday. Didn't start in Tuesday's game. And there's a strike at the bottom of the zone. It's 1-1. And there's a grounder into the hole, and that's going to be a base hit for Alonso. So the Mets, the bats might have been cold against Atlanta, but they are hot against the Brewers early on. Take a look at this swing. Good extension. Swings the hips through. See a little bit of a shift going on. And just through the hole there. And that's back in business here for Wilson Ramos. Ramos had just come off the injured list when he faced the Brewers in last weekend's series. There's the 0-1 pitch. That one just misses 1-1. The Mets did bring up another catcher this week. They brought up Ali Sanchez. So 3 catchers on the team right now for Luis Rojas. Sanchez was called up after Dominic Smith, first baseman, tore his calf. He's going to be out for a couple months. 1-2 pitch to Ramos. Just misses. 2-2. Anderson looking for a ground ball here. Try to get out of this inning. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Inside. Full count. Alonso over at first. There's the full count pitch. That's down. So Anderson walks his first one of the day. That's first and second with 1 out for J.D. Davis. Who did have the 2 home runs
J.D. Davis
when these 2 teams faced off last weekend. Got him a week ago tonight. Had a 2-run shot, a 3-run homer. He's going to bat with 2 on here. And that one's way up and in. Anderson not being able to find that zone, getting in trouble when he's leaving the ball over the plate. And he's on the trend of maybe having another short outing, which is what Craig Counsell does not want tonight. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And that one's fouled away, 1-1. Check of Alonso at second. Here's the 1-1. Fouled again. 1-2 pitch. Knuckle curve misses. It's 2-2. And that one's driven into center, but Kane's there. Alonso's at second. He's not going anywhere. And there's 2 away. So Anderson getting a couple of fly ball outs here, but that last one hit kind of on the line. Brings up Michael Conforto over in left field. Mentioned Yoenis Cespedes is on the injured list. He broke his arm against the Brewers last weekend. There's a strike. So Conforto, Nimmo. Conforto was playing right mostly in last weekend's series. Moving over to left, Nimmo over at right. A little bit more of a natural position for him. 0-1 pitch, just inside, 1-1. I'm kind of starting to see that there might be a little perspective challenge here. You're kind of at an angle with it, so the balls that are kind of a little bit on the outside that look like they're a ball, they're called a strike. Almost looks like it should be shifted a little bit. That one's pulled down the line, but foul. One-two to Conforto. Just misses the corner. 2-2. Already thrown 20 inning. Giving up the home run to McNeil. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase that one down away. And the inning is over. But the Mets do get 2 on the Jeff McNeil 2-run homer. You gotta believe. I don't know what we're believing in, but I guess we gotta believe. Justin Smoke leads off the top of the second here for the Brewers. Starting in the last 3 games for Craig Counsell. In the game that Christian Yelich ended up leaving injured, Justin Smoke hit 2 home runs. So he's going to be in there until production probably starts waning. That's going to be for most of these guys, you know, there's a lot of depth on this team. Smoke hits one foul. A lot of depth on this team, so you can have a pretty short leash on a lot of these guys. There's probably only a few guaranteed players that are going to play every game. Yelich, when he gets back, he'll get a day off every once in a while. Kane's probably going to be your center fielder unless he needs a day off. Here's the 1-2, and that one misses. But even Keston Hiura, he could be a guy that plays every day. There's one that's fouled. Arcia hasn't been that. He's been okay. He's kind of hits and misses. As Smoke flares one into left, that's going to get down for a base hit. And the Brewers are in business here in the second. So Smoke beats the shift. A little inside-out job to left. And the Brewers have 1 on and nobody out. Ben Gamel is up. Batting .400 in his limited appearances. Up and in, misses. Gamel 2 for 3 yesterday. Had a double. RBI. There's the 1-0 from Porcello, and that one's tapped right and back in front of the mound. Only plays to first, and they're going to get him for out number 1. Here's how the Mets line up defensively tonight. Conforto's in left, Marisnick's in center. Brandon Nimmo gets the start in right. And then it's J.D. Davis at third, Ahmed Rosario, Jeff McNeil, Pete Alonso as we go around the horn. And behind home plate is Wilson Ramos. Pitching Rick Porcello, as you can see there. Mets lead the league in defense. Best fielding. There's a pop fly to center. Marisnick's there. And there's 2 away just like that.
Batting 9. The pitcher.
So that brings up the pitcher, Brett Anderson. 1 for 4 on the season. In there for a strike. Brewers got a runner in scoring position here with 2 outs. Pitcher up. That one's in the dirt. 1-1. And that one missing, or swing and a miss. 1-2. So we got a comment coming through, so doing some engagement here with the fans. It's like a ask the booth type of situation. Oh yeah, I can talk about the streaming schedule. So yeah, I'm trying to be a lot more consistent with the streaming schedule. So Monday through Friday, it's going to be 7 p.m. And there's a check swing, no-go by the third base umpire. Saturdays 6 p.m. and Sundays at 1 p.m. So I'm going to try to be as tight to that schedule as possible for all games. Early I was like, oh, I'll do it whenever the Brewers would play, and then there's like afternoon games, and I have to work. So I feel like this schedule is going to work the best. If anything happens, anything changes, I'm going to try to figure out some way to make that announcement. But if you follow me on Facebook or Twitter, as Anderson rips that one into the seats, but foul, do it again at 3-2. So I'm trying to get better at like how to communicate all that stuff, but if I have a schedule, I'm going to try to stick with it. I don't have anywhere to go anytime soon, so hoping to make that happen. So thanks for writing in. Glad you've been following the stream. A lot of engagement. I appreciate that. Council listened. He's going to go with that platoon. It's going to be Gamble and Braun. So it's the only time where kind of like a sports talk type radio situation actually has an impact on a manager, I guess. Full count pitch again, and that one misses. So a good job by Anderson to work the walk. And he's going to give Lorenzo Cain a shot here.
The center fielder, number 6, Lorenzo Cain.
I always appreciate anyone tuning in and watching, following the streams, following the highlights, trying to make the YouTube channel page look a little bit more inviting and a little bit more organized as well. So see if that does anything for us. Been getting a lot of good feedback, which I appreciate. Here's the pitch. Cain rips that one into the seats, foul. Or into the netting. They got that netting that protects everything a little bit better, so can't even say rips it into the seats in some of these cases. It's just going into the netting. 0-1 pitch to Cain. Hits that one off the mound. Rosario's there, and he can't play it. Bobbles it, and that is going to be an error. And the Brewers have the bases loaded now. Looked like a pretty routine play, but just hopped up on the heel of the glove, right on that palm area. And the bases are loaded for Eric Sogard. So the Brewers getting a couple of breaks here tonight. A couple of misplays in the outfield by the Mets last inning led to a run. Now some mistakes here. Have the bases loaded for Sogard. Takes one up. It's 1-0. Cain got on by the error. Anderson got on via the walk. Smoke had a base hit. 2 outs here. 1-0 pitch. Misses as well. 2-0. So any way you can get a run in here would be good. Get it through a walk, even better probably. Rick Porcello already throwing 44 pitches here. Just in the second inning. 2-0 pitch to Sogard. And he pops that one straight up. Went after one inside. Didn't have to do it at all. Probably ball 3. And the Brewers are retired here in the second. Out of the jam with the bases loaded. Mets still lead 2-1.
Leading up for the Mets, the center fielder,
Jake Marisnick leads off the second for the Mets. Batting .320. And he takes a strike. 4 home runs, 11 RBIs. As he hits that one to the corner and right, Gamble's tracking it down and has it for out number 1. Good play by Gamble. That slicing fly ball. Speaking of defense, here's where the Brewers are tonight. Garcia, Cain, and Gamble are in the outfield. Sogard's at the hot corner. Arcia at short. Castanera at second. Justin Smoke at first. Omar Narvaez behind the plate, and he's catching Brett Anderson. This is the 7th best defense in the NL, right in the middle of the pack. Had a few touchy plays last night as there's a grounder over to Smoke, and he's going to take it himself. So 2 quick outs here in the second.
Now batting, the shortstop, Ahmed Rosario.
Ahmed Rosario bats with 2 outs here in the second. He singled in his last at-bat, scored on the McNeil home run. And he swings and misses at that changeup. Seven-game hitting streak. I believe that's what it said earlier, so he extended that today. Here's the 0-1 from Anderson. Catches the corner, 0-2. And that one's down the line, and that's going to be down for extra bases. Rosario is on his way to second. Garcia's going to make the throw towards third, and the Mets have a 2-out double. So Rosario stays hot, 7th double of the season, 4 in the last 2 games now. Now bring up Brandon Nimmo. Got one on the inside of the plate, took that 0-2 pitch right down the line. And that's going to be extra bases all day for Rosario with his wheels. The Mets have a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Nimmo flew out to center his last at-bat. See Mr. Met there getting the crowd going. It looks like he's wearing cleats on that dugout. I don't know if that's wise, but getting the crowd going here as Brandon Nimmo's in there and he takes a strike. Actually saw on Twitter today, it is the birthday of Mr. Met. He made his debut as Nimmo hits one into the gap, and that's going to score a run. Nimmo's on his way to second, and he trades places with Rosario, and the Mets extend their lead 3-1.
Now batting, number 6.
So Anderson gets the first 2 right away, and just like last weekend, Mets hitting with 2 outs. Getting some runs in. It's going to bring up Jeff McNeil. Homered in the first. And he takes that one to left side, but foul. That extends this Mets lead with the RBI double. Back-to-back doubles give the Mets a 3-1 lead. We're going to Heidi Watney. Heidi, we're sorry that microphone still not working, so let's talk about like what's happened around the league here as of late. Talked about the Mets. They got swept by the Braves in a 4-game set here in New York. Braves are actually on a 5-game winning streak. They head home. They're facing San Francisco. Another notable streak that was actually snapped last night was the Mariners. They snapped their 12-game losing streak against Oakland. Now Oakland's on a 4-game losing streak. They got swept by the Red Sox earlier this week. Keston here is in there, takes a strike. That was it was almost going to be a 13-game losing streak for the Mariners. They get a run in the top of the 9th, and they hold on for the win. Hira hits that one to deep right. Nimmo is there, and he has it for out number 1.
The batter, the left fielder.
Let's take a look at the NL East standings. See there, the Mets are 4.5 behind the Braves coming into today. Brewers find themselves 2 games back of the Cubs. Garcia steps in. Had a triple his last at-bat, drove in the lone run for the Brewers here tonight. One to Garcia is in there for a strike. Generous zone here by Joe McDonald. There's the 1-1 to Garcia, misses down, 2-1. Cubs took the first of a 4-game series against the Nationals in last night's action. Strike evens the count, 2-2. Kyle Schwarber had a 3-run homer in that game. Cubs take one from the reigning champions. That one misses. It's 3-2. Cardinals were looking to get a series win against the Dodgers in LA. They got shut out by the Dodgers, though, in yesterday's finale. Garcia hits that one to left and deep. If it's fair, it's out of here, and it is. Avisail Garcia with the solo home run, his 5th of the season, and the Brewers trail just by 1 now. So a great at-bat by Avisail Garcia. Was down in the count, but hung in there tough. Takes this pitch and deposits that one into left field. A little flip of the bat. See how that one left the field. 390, 101 off the bat. And Omar Narvaez bats with 1 out and a run in. That one misses, 1-0. Narvaez had 3 home runs versus the Mets last weekend. Had a great series. I was left playing against the Mets with the league lead in batting average, and there's a base hit. So back-to-back hits for the Brewers here in the 3rd. Good piece of hitting by Narvaez. Gets that inside pitch and a little bit behind of it, but he's able to deposit it safely into left field. And that brings up Justin Smoak. And Smoak pops that one up in the infield. Looks like Alonso, the ball's going to eventually get there. And there's 2 away. Good pitch and a good swing. Just hit it right up the elevator shaft.
Number 16. Ben.
Not underneath it, and there's 2 away. Ben Gamel steps in there, 0 for 1. Tapped one in front of the mound last at bat. The Brewers loading the bases up last inning, weren't able to cash anyone in. Another thing that they need to improve on. They have improved their average with runners in scoring position. They're now over 200. Been below that dreaded Euchre line most of the season. 1-0 pitch, and that's a swing and a miss. Went after that changeup for some reason, and it's 1-1. Not sure if he was just trying to hit that one to left field down the line. Well, he gets another chance, and that one goes down the line, and that is going to be past Conforto. So let's see if Narvaez can score. He's going to go all the way around, and he will. He's going to score all the way from first on the misplay from Conforto, and the Brewers tie it up in the 3rd. So an RBI double from Gamel, his 3rd of the season, and we are back to all square here in the 3rd. So a misplay by Conforto. If he keeps it in front of him, it's 1st and 2nd at worst. But he goes for the dive, trying to end the inning. And Narvaez, who doesn't have blazing speed, definitely can score with that one, where the fielder has to race back for the ball. So our Orlando Arcia bats with the runner in scoring position. He hits that one to the right side, and that's in there for a base hit. Gamel's going to hold at 3rd, and it's going to be 1st and 3rd. With the pitcher coming up. So Gamel must not have gotten a good jump. It looked like he had a good lead, but that one might have been hit a little too hard to right field. And Gamel's not able to score. Nimmo has a okay arm, but with the pitcher coming up, you wonder if you take your chances here. There's a swing and a miss from Anderson. Anderson has a chance for an RBI here. Help himself out. Help give the Brewers the lead in the 3rd. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball right down the middle. It's 0-2. A lot of action here early, that is for sure. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Anderson. Swing and a miss, and Porcello's going to get out of it. So the Brewers strand 2 more, but they score 2 as well. And as we go to the bottom of the third, we are tied at 3. Oh, Heidi, I'm sorry. We can't hear you. That always happens. It's a bummer. I know. Figured I could do that, but here's where the Mets stack up hitting-wise. You can see from an NL perspective, runs per game towards the bottom, average also towards the bottom, but the Brewers, they do not have a better average coming into today. Actually, they got a 252. So the Brewers are at 20th in the majors in batting average. Or they're at 18th. Brewers are batting 252. Mets batting 248, so they're right around that 250 mark. But I think the big thing which has kept giving the Mets a lot of wins is their home run production. 27 home runs, tied for 6th in the majors. Oh, this could be a tough break. Literally, Brett Anderson. Oh, this looks bad. And he could be shelved for quite some time. So the injury bug for the Brewers seems to be plaguing them right now. I'm going to see what the chat's all about. Buy Heidi a new coat. Yeah, she keeps wearing that same one. But you know what? We don't make a lot of money doing these broadcasts, sir. So that's what's going to happen. And Brent Suter's going to come in for a long relief appearance. And this is a spot that he has excelled at. He's coming in for his 11th appearance. He's 2-0. He went 3 innings earlier this week and faced the minimum. As Alonso fouls that one back. It's 1-1. So if it is the case where that one's in there for a strike, if Brett Anderson's going to miss some extended period of time, Brent Suter is definitely the one that's going to be stepping in for that rotation spot. He was already on the fringe coming into this season. Has starting experience, so you can definitely see that Brett Anderson's spot coming up in the rotation, which will be against Colorado. Brett Suter's probably going to be there. There's a grounder over to Smoke. He's going to flip it over to Suter as fast as he can, and there's out number 1.
Now batting, the catcher, Wilson.
That brings up Wilson Ramos. He walked in his last plate appearance over in the first. Pitch from Suter is down and in. It's 1-0. Just misses. A little up according to Joe McDonald. And it's 2-0. That looked like a really good pitch from where this zone is lined up. There's the 2-0, and that one's ripped down the line. Garcia's tracking in, and it's down and over the wall for a ground rule double. So Ramos's first double of the season.
The third baseman, J.D.
Garcia just can't get to it in time. Just a ground rule double, and that's going to bring up J.D. Davis here with 1 out. Lots of hits happening here in this one. That one misses 1-0. Davis flew out to center his last at-bat. Back in the first. That's where Mets got 2 of their runs. One last inning. There's another fly ball to center field. Kane's under it, and he's got it for out number 2. Now Michael Conforto struck out last inning. Did a diving play on the sinking fly ball from Gamble, and it got by him. That would tie the game up. Trying to redeem himself with a runner on second here in the third. Here's the pitch from Suter in there for a strike. Suter coming in a little bit cold, probably just finally getting warmed up. After Brett Anderson leaves with an injury. We'll have news on that one as soon as we can. 0-1 pitch, hit down the line, and Smoke stops it from going in the outfield, flips it to Suter, and that just saved a run. Great play by Justin Smoke, and that will do it for the Mets in the third. They get a double from Ramos, but leave him stranded, and after 3, It is 3-3. Lorenzo Cain leads it off in the fourth for the Brewers, his third at-bat of this game. So a lot of at-bats, a lot of action happening in these first 3 innings. Check swing, but still called a strike. It's 0-1. And Cain hits that one on a line. But J.D. Davis is there for out number 1.
The third baseman, number 7, Eric Sogard.
Eric Sogard bats with 1 out. A couple of flyouts. Flew out in the first. Popped out on a 2-0 pitch with the bases loaded. A little too aggressive back in the second. He takes one up and away for a ball. Oh, misses. 2-0. Sogard scored the game-winning run in yesterday's game on the sac fly from Omar Narvaez. 2-0 pitch in there for a strike. But with a lot of options that can be playing over at third base, it's going to be the hot bat that gets to play. You can put Urias over there. You got Brock Holt. Jed Jerko could get back in the rotation of playing third. A lot of options, too. Another foul ball. Oh, what? Here's the 2-2. We're going to take a quick break. I'm going to see what's going on. I am on air. Okay. All right. I got a quick little message about maybe my internet not being strong enough to do a broadcast. My dog is not thrilled by that. Avisail Garcia is up in a tie game here in the 5th. He has the 2 hard ones out of the way, so you might as well try working for that cycle now. Got the triple first, then you got the solo home run. Swings to that one, it's 0-1. Paul Sewald warming up for the Mets. He's their long relief pitcher, just like Brent Suter. 0-1 to Garcia is fouled away. Ball boy makes a very lackadaisical approach at that one. Lets it hit off the side and bounce into the outfield. Just delays the game even further. 0-2 pitch in the dirt. Here's the 1-2 to Garcia. Swing and a miss. And there's one away. So third strikeout for Porcello. And that's going to bring up Omar Narvaez. So Porcello already had 83 pitches here in the 5th. And Narvaez almost takes out the first base coach. And it's 0-1. Brewers and Mets locked up in another good one here today. All their games last week came down to the wire as well. Brewers giving up a run in the 9th on Sunday. That's how the Mets got that one, and that one's going to fall foul. McNeil tried to make a good play on it. Or, I'm sorry, Davis. Trying to make a play on it. Couldn't get to it. 0-2 to Narvaez. That one's hit into the gap, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Narvaez is on his way to second, and he has another double. That is his, I believe, 8th. That is his 7th double of the season. So good job of hitting by Narvaez, hanging in there with 2 strikes. Almost hits it out of here, but he is in at second. And Justin Smoke up to bat. That one's on the corner, 0-1. So I've mentioned many times the angles and kind of the camera ways they do this kind of make it tough to know what's going on and how much trouble a ball's actually in, or if a player has to really make a dive for it. That one misses. It's 1-1. So, you make do with what you can. It's like professional wrestling. They always tell you to call what you see on the screen. That's all I can do here. There's a slider that hangs in there. Same pitch that Smoke got last time, and he hit it up the elevator shaft. So he laid off at that time. But hang that one out a little bit more over the plate. He's going to take that one far. Narvaez over at second. Here's the 1-2. Misses up, 2-2. Good-sized crowd here at Citi Field in Flushing. 2-2 pitch. Fights it away. Heads up over there in the Brewers dugout. Smoke does it again here with 2-2. 2-2 pitch. That's in the dirt. I'm going to try to throw behind Narvaez, but he's back in time. He's not going anywhere. And it's a full count. So do have a base to put Smoke, who can hit with some power here. Here's the 3-2. And that one's in the gap as well. That one's down. Should be extra bases. Narvaez is in to score. Smoke's on his way to second. And the Brewers take the lead here in the fifth. So just like what I mentioned, you hang that pitch in there, and Smoke's going to do some damage with it. Take a look at it again here. On a line into the gap. Easily going to score Narvaez, and it's back-to-back doubles for the Brewers in the fifth. And Luis Rojas has seen enough. He's going to go to his bullpen. So Porcello having a rough day. He pitched well against the Brewers on Sunday, but not so much here. He gives up 4 runs, and he's responsible for the runner at second.
Your attention, please.
He can only take the loss here. Paul Sewald comes in to pitch. This is his 7th game of the season. Pitched in yesterday's game. Actually went 3 1/3 yesterday, so kind of a risky move by Rojas going to his long reliever here again. It was a rough game for the Mets yesterday. Steven Matz was not able to go deep. He went 3 innings. Sewald came in, went 3 1/3, didn't give up any runs. But then the rest of the Mets bullpen did not fare any better. A lot of runs late. And Gamble hits one to right and deep. Nimmo's racing back. He's at the track, and he's got it for the out. So a loud out there. Smoke stays at second. He's, as you can see there, has 0 speed. And Gamble he's just wandering around. He doesn't know where he's going. And there's 2 away. And Arcia bats. Smoke over at second. And Arcia hits that one foul. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Saw that Arcia, with his batting average with runners and scoring position, 6 hits, second most on the team. Castanera has 7 hits with runners in scoring position. And Arcia actually has one tonight, so he's actually at 7, so he's tied for the team lead. 0-2 pitch, fouled into the netting, and we'll do it again. And a foul tipped into the mitt. Ramos secures it, and that'll do it for the Brewers here in the fifth. But the Brewers go back-to-back doubles. They take the lead. These Mets are dancing very strangely. They just know they're on camera. That's why they're doing it. Sweet moves, bro. JP Fireeisen makes his 12th appearance of the season. Likely to just go 1 inning, as the pitcher spot will be due up first in the 6th. Jeff McNeil is going to lead off the 5th. He homered back in the 1st, 2-run variety. Fireeisen starts him off with a strike. Fireeisen last appeared in yesterday's game, went 2/3 of an inning. Came Came in the 6th in relief of Lauer. Did give up 2 hits in that appearance, though. Other than that, he's pitched very well. The rookie right-hander. Change up in the dirt, 1-1. Get some updates down below. Cubs have a commanding lead in the 5th. 8-1. Rizzo with the home run. And McNeil's done it again. Deep drive to right, and forget about that one. This game is tied. So Fire Eyes, it enters the game, gives up the home run. 2nd of the game for McNeil, 6th on the season. And back and forth we go. We're tied back up at 4. Fireeisen leaves that one right at the belt, and McNeil does not miss it whatsoever. Sure, we'll get some showcast on that one, maybe. No, we're just going to see where that one lands. 419, 109 off the bat. That was a towering shot. Now we bring up Pete Alonso, 1 for 2 on the day. Fireeisen's going to have to shake that one off quickly here. And that one's hit foul. So a couple of pitches, they are not missing here. Another one that could have been trouble for Fireeisen. Just the first home run he's given up this season. There's the 0-1. This is down 1-1. So you wonder if Suter kind of coming into the game with not a lot of notice, knowing that he's going to be in the starting rotation after today's game. Council didn't want to go too far with him and let his bullpen handle this, which isn't a bad move either. This is a bullpen that has an ERA that's below 3 entering today's game. That one misses in, 2-1. As a team, the Brewers have the 4th best ERA in the majors at 3.1 entering the day. Now that's obviously going to change, giving up 4 today. They've been good at limiting the long ball, but have given up 2 home runs today, both to McNeil, swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. So another nail-biter here for the Brewers. A lot of close games they've played lately. 2-2 pitch is inside, 3-2. But the thing about close games is you're in them, at least. You always have a shot to win them. Can't be said if you're in a lot of blow. Playing teams tough, showing a lot of character here early on. These are the games that can build a lot of momentum later in seasons if you're used to playing these close ones. 3-2 is in there, called strike 3. Alonso can't believe it. He's going to stare at where he thought that pitch actually was and walk over to the bench.
The catcher, Wilson.
It's like a fastball that just caught the black, and there's one away. So Fireeisen bounces back after the solo home run, gets the strikeout, and he faces Wilson Ramos in their first strike. We tell a lot about a team by how many one-run games they've been in. It's usually a good indicator of, high-stress situations. There's one in the dirt, 1-1. 1-1 pitch to Ramos, and that one's a fly ball to center. Kane's got plenty of room for it, and he secures it for out number 2.
Now batting, third baseman.
We're watching Brewers Simulated Franchise Mode here from MLB The Show 20 on youtube.com/Tucker Comedy. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the links, whatever you can do to help spread the word. That's always helpful. Follow me on Twitter. I'm at Tucker Comedy. Get updates on when streams go live, when highlights get on the channel, and anything else like that. I used to do a lot of comedy. Now I just do a lot of baseball, apparently. Here's the 0-1, and that one just misses, 1-1. All my stand-up videos are slowly moving down the queue. But that's okay. There hasn't been a new one up there in about 3 years. And there's a pop-up to shallow center. Kane's racing in. The dog knows about it. And there's the final out. But Jeff McNeil hits the second home run of the day. Towering shot to right. Ties this one up here in the 5th. 4-4.
Your attention, please.
So Ryan Braun's going to pinch hit for the Brewers. I'll do it for JP Fireeisen. Gave up the home run, but did bounce back. Sewald's back in there for his second inning of work. Starts Braun off with a strike. So Braun in a platoon. He's going to play some outfield when there's a lefty up at bat, and he grounds one over to Davis, but plenty of time to get Braun, and there's one away.
The center fielder, number 6, Lorenzo King.
Lorenzo Cain is up, 1 for 3 on the day. Singled in the first. Scored on the triple by Garcia. And a check swing, but called a strike anyway. 0-1. Cain hits a fly ball to left. And looks like Rosario's calling for it. And he's got it for out number 2. So 2 quick outs here
Now
in the 6th for the Brewers.
Eric.
Take a look at where that pitch ended up when Cain hit it. At the top of the zone. Right up and in. Four-seam fastball at 90, and I'll bring up Eric Sogard. Sogard was very successful in some pinch hit situations, so Counsell giving him some starts. He's done all right, but not bringing the production that Counsell's looking for right now. And with a lot of options, probably see someone different there in the starting lineup here soon. There's the 1-0. That one misses. 2-0. And it's not a bad thing. You know, you got a lot of young guys. You got a lot of young talent. So, you know, make sure you can use everybody, keep everybody happy. As Sogard hits one to right, and that's going to get down for extra bases to the wall. Nimmo's going to play it off the hop, and Sogard's in there with a 2-out double. So, just talk about like how he's not going to be in the lineup anymore. He'll show me up and hit one to the wall, and the Brewers are going to stay alive here in the 6th. And Keston here at bats. Been clutch late in games as he hits one into left, and that's going to be down for a base hit. Sogard makes the turn. He's going to score, and Keston Hira gives the Brewers the lead right back. It's 5-4. So Mets and Brewers just bouncing back, exchanging runs here and there. It's going to be one of those, whoever scores last is going to win this game. Here, a nice pitch down in the zone, but he just takes a little bit of a 7-iron and hits that one into left. That brings up Avisail Garcia. Home run, triple in the game already, 2 RBIs. He's got the hard ones out of the way for the cycle. Might as well get the double here. Here's the pitch. Down, and it's 1-0. Sliders in there. It's 1-1. Garcia, when he's been hitting, he gets them in bunches. That is for sure. A lot of multi-hit games. His home runs have been hit. They've come in big situations. 1-1 pitch. That one misses. 2-1. That's what the Brewers are going to need out of the 4th spot, especially with Yelich missing some time. Going to need to get some run production from wherever they can. Garcia can definitely provide that. He's got the home run already. 2-1 pitch, and that one's ripped foul. Went down to a knee on that one. Here is over at first. He had the RBI single with 2 outs. 2-2 to Garcia, and that one's hit foul as well. So Garcia right on these pitches. Let's see what Sewald has in store for him at 2-2. Check if here over at first. Here's the pitch. Down and away. So here's going to get a head start. Something to the gap can score him, but over the fence will score him easier. Garcia hits that one over to third. Davis is there, and he'll throw across the diamond for the third out. So Brewers answer right back. They regain the lead on the Keston Hira RBI single. And it's 5-4, heading to the bottom of the sixth.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now pitching for the Brewers, number 39, Corbin Burns.
So Corbin Burns is going to pitch here in the sixth.
The left fielder, Michael Conforto.
And Conforto takes a ball. Burns would be another candidate for coming out of the pen to make a starting appearance, but I think Counsell likes him in these late inning situations. I think he still needs to work on a lot of things before he can go back in that starting rotation like he was last year. Starts Conforto out with 2 balls here in the sixth. Burns in his 14th appearance of the season, 1-1. And that one's foul. Another reason why you might want to leave him in the bullpen too. ERA just south of 7. Does have 13 strikeouts, but does have 7 walks as well. There's a strike on the outside corner, and Burns has worked it back to a 2-2 count. Suter's probably there's a grounder, foul. But Suter's probably the top candidate to come out of that bullpen. Don't see anyone coming out of the minors to take that spot. And fouled away as well. Got lucky on that one. They got the shift on for Conforto. Stay away from those inside-out shots. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That's a grounder. Hira playing in short right field has it. And he gets the out for the first one of the inning.
Center fielder, number 16.
Brings up Jake Marisnick. 1 for 2. He led off the fourth with a double, but was stranded at third after Porcello bunted him over. Burns starts him off with a strike. We're going to have a good matchup for you tomorrow night. Matchup of opening day starters, Brandon Woodruff versus Jacob deGrom. It's going to be a 6 o'clock start, so join us right here on this YouTube channel. deGrom 3-0, 1.26 ERA. Woodruff 1-1 with a .40 ERA. So it should be a good one tomorrow here in New York. Burns tried to get Marisnick to chase that one. It's 1-2. Fly ball into shallow right. Here is going to get underneath that one, and he's got it for out number 2. So that brings up the pitcher's spot. Let's see who Luis Rojas goes to in this situation.
Your attention, please.
And it looks like he's going to go with Robinson Cano.
Number 24, Robinson Cano.
And he swings at that one. Thought about that one way too late. It's 0-1. Cano came into, or he actually started yesterday's game, was 0 for 5 in the loss to Atlanta. He's batting .135 on the season. And he fouls that one away, so quickly 0-2 on the veteran. Started his career with the Yankees, then made his way over to Seattle. Another one's inside, 1-2. Burns tried to tie him up again on the curveball, but he wasn't biting that time. Here's the 1-2 pitch in the dirt. Nice block by Narvaez, just in case thought about swinging at it. It's 2-2. Here's the break-even pitch. Swing and a miss, and a good job by Burns to work a scoreless 6. So the Mets go down in order, and the Brewers still lead by 1 after 6.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the New York Mets, number 38, Justin Wilson.
So Justin Wilson will get the ball here in the top of the 7th. He'll face off against Omar Narvaez.
Leading off for the Brewers, the catcher, Omar Narvaez.
Wilson making his 12th appearance. He's 1-1. Gave up 3 runs in yesterday's game. Only 1 1/3. And Narvaez hits that one to right and deep, and that's going to get down for another extra base hit. Hustling all the way to second, and he's in there with his 2nd double of the game. So going right after that first pitch, Narvaez, 8th double of the season. The Brewers in business here in the 7th. Just missing a couple of home runs here today. 2 hits that have gone to the track, bounced against the wall. Now bring up Justin Smoke, who's going to switch sides and go to the right side for this at-bat. That one's in there for a strike. Wilson with a 13 ERA, 10 strikeouts, 9 walks. Does have 1 home run given up on the season. But like I mentioned, went a third of an inning, gave up 3 earned runs, 3 walks. Did not give up a hit. So that tells you a little bit about the situation he was put in and what happened. So a couple of walks leading to some runs. Never what you like seeing out of the bullpen. 0-2 pitch to Smoke. Fouls that one into the netting, and it's 0-2 still. Brewers looking for some insurance here in the 7th. 0-2 pitch. Fouled again. Tells you a lot about this Brewers bullpen and what they've been able to do with a lead. There's the 0-2. It's inside, 1-2. And the Brewers have the lead after 6 innings. They're 8-1 on the season. A very important stat. And you look at when they're trailing after 6 innings, they're 1-4. There's the 1-2. That one misses as well. Played a lot of games where they've been tied late in the game. I mean, you look at the Phillies series, that happened a lot. So getting runs late has been a big thing for the Brewers. As we mentioned a couple weeks ago, they were getting a lot of runs late in games, but they're already up, so they're adding the much-needed insurance runs. 2-2 to Smoke, swing and a miss. Got him on a good pitch inside, and Smoke is retired, and he's not happy with that. Throws his bat. He says the bat boy can handle that one.
Right fielder, Ben Gamble.
But it's in these games where they're down, where they haven't been able to get the runs. Just 1-4 when they're trailing at part of the plate. It's 0-1. So you know they can score late. You just want to hope that they can do it in any situation, regardless of the score. 0-1 pitch. Gamble hits that one to right. Nimmo racing back, and he's there for the catch. Over his shoulder. Narvaez is going to hold at second. And Gamble's been putting a charge into the ball here tonight. Just right at these Mets outfielders. Another line drive out by Gamble. And there's 2 away for Orlando Arcia. He's 1 for 3 on the day. He's got a runner at second. And one of the best hitters on the team with runners in scoring position. See if he can cash in Narvaez here with 2 outs in the 7th. Narvaez should get a good jump off of second with 2 outs. A moderate lead. Good jump. Here's the pitch in there for a strike. Wilson trying to bounce back after the leadoff double from Narvaez. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Arcia spoils that one. He'll do it again at 0-2. 0-2 to Arcia. Another one spoiled. We'll reset. Get a new ball from Joe McDonald. And we'll see what Arcia do. 2 outs. Runner at second. Brewers have the 1-run lead. Gets jammed and for the easy play. Now do it for the Brewers in the 7th. So we head to the stretch. Brewers lead by 1.
7th inning, correct. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. The changes for Milwaukee.
So Craig Counsell's going to make a double switch. Corey Knable will bat.
Number 46.
I haven't heard where he bats yet.
Knable. Now playing shortstop and batting 9. Number 2, Luis Urias.
So Corey Knebel is going to move to the 8th spot. Luis Urias is in at shortstop. He's going to lead off the next inning. And Knebel starts off Rosario with a strike. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Good curveball there. 0-2. Knebel making his 13th appearance of the season. Pitched in yesterday's game. Went 1 inning, had 2 strikeouts. And there's a base hit up the middle. Yep, base hit. Thought maybe Urias might be able to get to that one, but it's another hit for Rosario. His 3rd of the game.
The right fielder,
And let's
number
have
9,
their leadoff man on
Brandon
here in the 7th.
Nimmo.
Brandon Nimmo's in. Had a double in the 2nd, and he rips that one foul. Had the double that scored Rosario. So the Mets got a base runner here. This is where Knebel's had a little trouble. He's been working with a lot of runners on base here. Pitch out. Rosario's back. So a good idea there. Keep Rosario over at first as best as possible. And all it costs you is a ball. There's the 1-1 pitch. Up and in. Almost got Nimmo. It's 2-1. Brewers have the 5-4 lead. Got the lead on the Keston Hira RBI single in the 6th. It's been back and forth all game. There's the 2-1 to Nimmo. That one's fouled. 2-2. McNeil on deck has 2 home runs for the Mets. Had the 2-run homer. Had as a solo home run. There's the 2-2. Another foul. Abasil Garcia has a home run. A solo shot. Also had an RBI triple. 2-2 to Nimmo. Another foul. Good pitch by Knebel. Got him on the bottom of the zone. Looking for that ground ball. Trying to get 2 here. 2-2 pitch. Another one spoiled. And a good at-bat by Brandon Nimmo here. Two from Knebel. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase the fastball out and out. And there's one away. So a great battle by both Nimmo and Knebel. Knebel wins this round. And there's one away. Yeah, Nimmo was just trying to fight that one off. He knew it was going to be probably close. Probably was going to be called a ball, but one of those pitches that you just got to kind of throw the bat out there and hope you spoil it. He's going to face the hot-hitting Jeff McNeil here with 1 out. This is up 1-0. McNeil, 2-run homer in the 1st, solo shot in the 5th, and grounded out in between. It's going to be a big out here. Try to get the Brewers hold that lead here. There's the 1-0, and that one's fouled. So working him away a little bit, trying not to give anything on the inside part of the plate so he can turn on another pitch. Both of his home runs have been shots to right. See what he comes back with, 1-1. And that one's grounded. Smoke's got it. He's going to flip it over to Arcia. He's got it. Knebel covering. And that is the inning-ending 3-6-1 double play. So a good job by Knebel. Throws a great curveball to get the double play ball, and the Brewers lead by 1 after 7.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the New York Mets, number 67, Seth Lugo.
So Seth Lugo is going to pitch here in the 8th. He's going to face off against Luis Urias, who came in on the double switch last inning. Lugo's been great for this Mets bullpen. His 6th appearance has not given up an earned run yet this season. 6 strikeouts, 4 walks, and 5 2/3 of work. And Urias hits that one foul. Cubs are putting a walloping on the Nationals, up 15-5. Bryant with 4 RBIs, the home run. Former Brewer Eric Thames with 2 home runs. Phillies looking like they're going to break their 4-game losing streak. Up 7-2 on Miami. Urias staying hot. Another home run. Urias takes that one up 2-1. Atlanta, they're up 4-0, looking to extend their winning streak, which is at 5 games. St. Louis up 1-0 in Colorado as they're making a little bit of a mini West Coast swing. Here's the 2-1 from Lugo, and Urias hits that one deep, and everyone's just watching and staring, and Urias gives the Brewers a 2-run lead. Second home run of the season, both of them coming off of the Mets. First run that Lugo's given up this season, and the Brewers extend their lead. Take a look at this one. Right down the middle. Urias did not miss it. He knew it right off the bat. Quick clap. Everyone was just watching that one fly. 389. Wasn't the hardest hit home run. You hear it, see so many home runs, it's like 106 off the bat, 110. Just 99. But still counts as a run, no matter how hard you hit it. Kane bats, nobody out. 1 run in for the Brewers here. 1-0 count. And he rips that one to the seats. 1-1. Saw down there briefly, the White Sox and Rangers are tied. White Sox are leading the AL Central right now. They're having a really good season. And that one's popped up in foul territory. Alonso's got it for the first out.
The third baseman, number 7, Eric Sogard.
Eric Sogard steps in with 1 out. Had to double his last at-bat. And he takes a strike. Just got the bottom of the zone. It's 0-1. Fouled right into Ramos and just stays right there. It's 0-2. So Lugo looking to bounce back after giving up his first home run of the season. There's the 0-2, misses way upstairs, 1-2. Lugo is actually entering today one of 2 Mets relievers that had not given up an earned run yet this season. Their closer, Dylan Betances, also has not given up a run. And that one is a liner over to Alonso, and he has that one for the second out.
Now batting, second baseman, Keston Hiura.
Keston Hiura bats with 2 outs in the 8th. He singled his last at-bat, gave the Brewers the lead, scoring Sogard from second. Lugo starts him off with the ball, just missing the zone. It's 1-0. Betances is 1-0, has 7 saves in his 8 appearances. There's a strike. 15 strikeouts, 5 walks, no runs. So dominant closer for the Mets. Didn't pitch at all against the Braves. There's no save situations for him to come into. There's the 1-1. Hiura fouls it away. Betances last pitched against Milwaukee. He actually pitched 3 straight games in Milwaukee, all getting saves in all 3 of those appearances. 1-2's outside, 2-2. And a swing and a miss. So chase after that outside pitch, trying to protect the zone. And Hiura's down on strikes. But Luis Urias comes in to lead off the 8th with this solo home run. Extends the Brewers' lead 6-4.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Brewers.
So David Phelps is going to
Number 41.
try to get this game to the 9th and hand the ball over to Josh Hader. his 11th appearance of the game, 2-0 record. Got those wins on Tuesday and Wednesday for pitching in extra innings.
The first baseman, Pete Alonso.
He's really stepping into kind of this setup role, this 8th inning closer almost. He's going to face Pete Alonso here to lead off the 8th and misses inside 1-0. He did pitch in yesterday's game. He only threw a third of an inning, did get himself into some trouble pitching the 8th. That one misses 2-0. Gave up a hit, walk, and a strikeout. See Alex Claudio, Josh Hader both warming up. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That's in there for a strike. So Phelps bounces back, has a strike on Alonso. Here he comes again out of the windup. Swing and a miss. Great slider. Bottom just fell out of that one. And the count's now even at 2s. 2-2 pitch. Chopped foul. Rise looking for something up in the zone. 2-2 pitch. Fouled again. Joe McDonald throws a split finger fastball back to Phelps. I'm going to do it again here at 2-2. Here's the pitch. Popped up in the infield. Urias is calling for it. And he's got it for out number 1. So a good battle that is won by Phelps, and there's one away.
The catcher, number 40, Wilson Ramos.
Bring up Wilson Ramos, 1 for 2. Had a double back in the 3rd. And there's a cutter for a strike. Another strike. Good off-speed pitches by Ramos, and he's up quick in the count, 0-2. Just fighting that one off. Ramos hangs in there. Way out in front of that off-speed pitch again, but he hangs tough. Looking for something up in the zone again. 0-2, swing and a miss. Got him to chase the fastball. Gave him that high heat, the one at the eyes. It always looks so good coming in, but when you start your swing and you realize how high it's coming in, you realize you are dead meat. Phelps gets the first 2 here in the 8th, and that's going to bring up J.D. Davis. Davis hits one over to 3rd. Sogard's got it. Makes the throw, and that retires the side. So a good job by Phelps. Gets the 1-2-3 inning, and the Brewers head to the 9th, leading by 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now pitching for the Mets, number 39, Edwin.
So Edwin Diaz comes in for his 5th appearance of the season. Has a 4.91 ERA. He's given up 1 home run. Pitched in yesterday's game. Went 1 inning, struck out 2. He's going to face off against Garcia. There's a ball. Garcia started off the day with a triple that scored a run, then hit a solo home run. And then hitless in his last 2 at-bats. Garcia snaps off his bat. Alonso's there, and there's out number 1.
Now batting, catcher, Omar Narvaez.
So Narvaez is in there, trying to get his average back up to 400. 2 doubles, a single. He scored 2 runs. And he hits that one over to Alonso. He makes the throw over to Diaz as fast as he can. And there's quickly 2 away here in the 9th.
The batter, the first baseman, Justin Smoke.
Justin Smoke steps into the box, 2 for 4 on the day. Making his 4th straight start over at first base. And that one's in there, 0-1. Luis Familia, Brad Brack warming up for the Mets, just in case this final out is a little bit more trickier than anticipated. 1 pitch. Smoke fouls it off. 0-2. Another good pitch there, just a little outside. Wasn't quite able to square it up. And it's quickly 0-2. Here's the pitch. Slider is just about off the edge of the dirt. 1-2. Here's the pitch from Diaz. Couldn't get him to chase the fastball, and Smokes worked it 2-2. 2-2 pitch. Misses as well. 3-2. Gamble on deck, then the pitcher's spot. Also would love to have to put another pinch hitter in there. See if he can extend this inning with Smoke and Gamble. Payoff pitch here. That one misses. So a great at-bat by Justin Smoke. And he's on with 2 outs. That brings up Ben Gamble, who's been stinging the ball here, but only has 1 hit to show for it. In fact, the one double that Ben Gamble has was on a sinking line drive that, if played correctly, just goes down as a single, and Narvaez, who is on first, doesn't even score, but it gets by Conforto, and the Brewers get the run. Gamble swings through that one, 98 down the middle, 0-1. And then he's hit 2 absolute beads to Nimmo over and right. But that's how this game works sometimes. The hardest balls you hit are going for outs, and then you hit little bleeders or little flares over the outfield. There's a ball that misses. And that's what you get for your hits. But it all evens out. So you hit some good ones and kind of feel bummed, but then you get a base hit anyway, so it all evens out. 1-1 pitch. That's in there. 1-2 on Gamble. Baseball, you play so many games, you get so many at-bats, it really is kind of the great equalizer. They all kind of even out at the end. There's the 1-2, and Gamble rolls one over to Alonso. Alonso has a busy inning, and that'll do it for the Brewers in the 9th. So, with the 2-run lead, it's going to hand it over to Josh Hader, looking to secure the 5th straight win for the Brewers. So Council's going to do a double switch here. See what he has in mind as a defensive substitution.
Your attention, please.
As Josh Hader comes in for his 10th game of the season.
In the 6th spot, number 71, Josh Hader. Now playing first base and batting 8, number 5, Jed Jerko.
So Jed Jerko is going to go over to first as a defensive substitution in this double switch. And that one's at the corner, 0-1. Conforto hits one foul, it's 0-2. So bottom of the order here for the Mets. Conforto, Marisnick, and a pinch hitter. But no slouches in this Mets order. As I mentioned, top of the league in home runs. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase that slider. And Hader throws 3 pitches and gets 3 strikes. And that equals 1 out.
Number 16, Jake Marisnick.
Hader got the save in yesterday's game, striking out the side. 3rd time he'd done that this season. Jake Marisnick's in there, and that one misses. 1-0. Swing and a miss. 2-seamer, 96 on the black. It's 1-1. Brewers and Mets battling throughout this whole game, back and forth. Brewers have a 2-run lead here in the 9th. Another swing and a miss. And Marisnick's got a 1-2 count here. See what Hader goes to here. The pitch. Little fly ball to center. Urias is there, and there's out number 2.
Now batting, the pitcher, Edwin Diaz. Your attention, please. pinch hitting for the Mets, number 4, Jed Lowry.
So the former Brewer, Jed Lowry, is going to pinch hit here. Last opportunity for the Mets here. Hader fires a ball that's way inside. Lowry pinch hit in yesterday's game was 0 for 1. 1-0 pitch from Hader, and that's fouled. Tried to keep him off balance on that slider, but was even more in front of it and pulled it way foul. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball at the knees. That's down to their final strike here. Lowry's going to take a quick breather. Here's the set. Here's the pitch from Hader. Misses upstairs. 2-2. 2-2 pitch. And that hit him. So the tying run is going to come to the plate in probably the hottest hitter on the Mets right now in Ahmed Rosario. 3 for 4 on the day, and he has a runner over at first. Mr. Met trying to get these Mets fans on their feet. Trying to spark a little hope in the hometown faithful here. Here's Hader's pitch. That's down 1-0. Tying run up to bat here. Hader was able to get the first 2. He hits Lowry, and Ahmed Rosario hits with 2 outs. One 1-0 pitch. That one misses as well. 2-0. So trying to work them down and in. Rosario not buying it. Looking for his pitch. Here's the 2-0. Misses as well. 3-0. So this is where Hader needs to be careful. A lot of situations last year where he was falling behind in counts, and when batters knew he had to throw a fastball, they were able to time it, able to get around on it, and make him pay. So let's see if Hader can be careful here with a 3-0 count. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. So Rosario, good with just watching one. Wasn't a great pitch anyway. Probably looking for something that he can drive. Looking for something right in his wheelhouse. Here's the 3-1 pitch. And that one misses. So back-to-back base runners for the Mets, and the go-ahead run is now up to bat.
Now batting, right fielder.
So not the situation Counsell thought was going to happen after getting the first 2 out so quickly. Just like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please.
And Andres Jimenez is going to pinch run. I believe he's going to go out to second. Rosario, slider makes it 0-1. Look at where the fielders are. Probably just try to keep it in front of you for the most part. You don't want anything going to the gaps. Rosario will score. That's a fastball that looked really good, but must have just missed the corner. It's 1-1. Brewers trying to hold on here. 1-1 pitch. Slider misses. 2-1. Now things get even more dicey. Hader trying to lock this one down. Trying to give the Brewers their 5th straight win. Here's the 2-1. Called a strike. 2-2. So runners getting a head start on the swing. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and Hader shuts it down, and the Brewers get the win 6-4. Well, deep sigh of relief on that one. Hader puts 2 runners on with 2 outs, but comes back and strikes out Nimmo, and this game is over. So the Brewers take an early lead. They give it up. They get the lead back. They give it back up. And they come through and get the win. That's 5 in a row now. JP Fire Eyes in there. He's going to get the win. Hader gets the save. That is number 7 on the season. And the Brewers continue to play a very good baseball here in the early parts of this season. 6 runs on 13 hits, 4 runs on 9 hits for the Mets.
The final line score for our
Avisail
ball
Garcia,
game
2
tonight.
for 5,
For
had the
victorious
solo home
Brewers,
run, got the Brewers
6
on the
runs
board
on 13 hits,
with the
no
triple
errors. They
that
left
scored
10 men on
Kane.
base.
And the Brewers have won their 5th straight.
For
So
the
another
Mets,
good win by
4
the
runs
Brewers.
on 9
And we're going to have
hits,
another
2
good one
errors.
for you
They
guys
left 8
tomorrow
men
night.
on
It's going to be
base.
Brandon Woodruff versus Jacob deGrom, a matchup
Time
of
of the
opening
ball
day
game,
starters, a
3
matchup
hours
of
and
aces,
10 minutes.
and should be another good one. So thank you very much
Tonight's
for
paid
watching.
attendance at
Have a good
City
rest
Field,
of your night. Have a good weekend as well if you aren't able to
41,122.
join us.
The Mets
And
thank
we'll
you for
talk to
your
you later.
continued
Good night,
support
everybody.
And remind you to please